Welcome back to Ridunculoso. I see y'all just can't get enough of us. So, what do we got in store for y'all today? We are going to be talking about Ahsoka, the first four series. So, pretty good down here. What about you, Nae-Nae? What you thinking?
I personally would like to know, how does Ahsoka fit into the Star Wars universe exactly?
Also, who is this strange new sorceress, Morgan, that these new Jedis are trying to take and break out of?
And what is the significance of this mysterious orb that Ahsoka has discovered? And can Sabine crack it while rising to the Jedi Master's expectations?
And I want to know, speaking of apprentice, what about this new apprentice, like these new Jedi's, this new master, this new apprentice? Like, are they really Jedi's, or perhaps they from the dark side, or maybe they are just like turned, mercenaries?
Who knows? Just like the Jedi universe, we will explore these questions and many more. But, I want to know, is the popcorn
I
popping?
don't know about that, but I want to know, maybe is that butter dripping? What
Mm.
is, who are we to say, hey, we got the wall of pops to let us know? So let's jump right into this, y'all, and let's just get this popcorn popping. All right, our movie connoisseurs, we back again with the exciting review of the first four episodes of. Is this going to be
Ahsoka.
a Ahsoka?
Ahsoka.
Another Jedi warrior from the night.
Pretty much.
Okay, the first four episodes, we're gonna get down to it. Oh my gosh.
Mm.
You got to spoil. I'm gonna just come right out to hit y'all with it. You got to spoil Brad, who want to try to act like she the badass, but I'm trying to figure out how she the badass, disobeying orders when she's supposed to be a commander. Never hear that. That's just
Lots of questions, but okay.
very it's very inexperienced, naive, but yet arrogant, thinking I'm just what it is, and that's the primary
Basis of
yeah, what I mean, I want to call her a little pad one, but like you said, her little apprentice. That's it. That was Ahsoka apprentice. Yeah. There we go. There we go. So, uh, so basically, what happened? I think Ahsoka had another apprentice who died. Jedi, he died.
Yeah.
From I guess from whatever mission, but I don't know if he died. I think they were trying to look for him. It's more like he disappeared. I think.
Yeah, they kept saying like he's dead, and then they're like, you don't
Yeah,
know that. So
yeah.
you
That's
know,
it.
they
That's
don't
it.
know
That's it. That's it. Yeah. So that's right. So basically, you brought in this new element, which is supposed to be, I guess, some sort of witch or sorceress, who is
yeah.
trying to find a location to it, like a distant star. I don't even know what's on it. I'm unsure what it really is, but but it starts off with Ahsoka finding like this little orb ball, and it was supposed to be kind of like a navigation to this particular star.
Yeah.
So, but once Ahsoka got it, and that was a nice, wonderful action scene. I got to give it to
Oh
McGill.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
little part was really wonderful. Her fighting the different little robots and stuff. That was really nice.
That was
And the
smart.
explosion was on point. So
Yeah.
from that
She
point
took
on, yeah, they move on to she having to go back to her little apprentice to try to say, oh, she's someone can kind of like decode and read it because it's like she's good at like cracking code. So happens she told her, don't take it. She take it. She is approached by this other apprentice, I guess you could say, maybe from like the Sith side or something. I don't know, but just I don't know.
He's
It
the dark
don't make them seem
spirit
like
one.
the evil. Maybe they Jedi that turned mercenaries. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
She
anyway,
just
they
there.
was working. Yeah, they was working with the sorceress. They freed the sorceress at the beginning, so they now are doing to do that. But they said they're looking for this orb. So she go there, kick her in, but she was supposed to be, like I said, the whole bad. She got her in kicked because you can tell they did really good. Oh my god! But the fighting scenes is like mediocre. It's just
Yeah, it was
because you
all that
really,
hair. I was like, she finna lose.
and I think it is. And we go into so much, even when we see it, it was just it goes into the uh slower motion of the female fighting action. I'm just gonna like just
Yeah,
like to you. It was kind of wasn't as
yeah,
fast as smooth and seamless as when you seen
yeah,
old Jedi really fighting and moving. It was just like, oh, you would kind of like, it would be like you were seeing two ladies fight. Like, okay.
yeah. It seemed like she was like testing her, like she knew she was better than her, so it was kind of like okay, I'll entertain it. You know, she did, you know, it wasn't our like she just kept going for it. I'm like, baby, she's too calm. Like, calm down. She just trying to strike, and the other girl just like, really?
Yeah, that's it.
like a girl fight, you know.
Yeah, but it showed, like I said, one girl who's like I said, definitely she had been practicing. The other apprentice had been practicing way more than she was. So it got an end kick. She lost the orb, but then they had to now basically almost try to chase down the orb. That's the whole first 4 episodes. Kind of, you know, they're trying to find the orb again because she had it and they destroyed the equipment. So they had to, you know, did the breadcrumbs. Oh, we had a robot that was left behind from one of the other, and she broke into it. It decrypted. Oh, it's from this planet. It's from this planet. So like I said, I'm not even going to. It just basically. They laid the breadcrumbs to get to that particular point. But they landed on a planet where she was trying to, like I said, she somehow magically had equipment that could take and show the star, but then they had to use some kind of ancient pedestal. I
don't know what
they had to then transfer to their warp drive that they was building.
Yeah, that time jump thing. Yeah.
Overall, that's kind of like the premise of it. And then, now we finna go we finna go into the down and dirty. That was a quick and dirty. Now we finna go into the down and dirty. All right. I love my girl Rosario Dawson. Love her. But that's one of my sweethearts.
Oh yeah.
She did really well. I think she did really well. I told you from the ladies fighting was just from that perspective. They was, like I said, least slower than like the men and so forth. And then they had, like I said, at the end when Ahsoka was really fighting the one of the other master.
Oh yeah. I told it was
I forgot it.
Babylon.
Thank you.
it was
when she tried to fight him, I was like, come on, dude. Like, I know they try to talk like the size. It does. Strength matters. Like that's what and that's how come like I said, basically she was defeated at the end. And it wasn't just because, like I said, it was like, dude, this guy was way more powerful. Talking about, like in the fourth, I'm just talking like brute strength. Like, dude, she could like, oh my gosh. And then I said from the cast, another thing I had a problem with from the casting. I think we gotta find a new way to make them like stronger.
Yes.
You tried to make this like the apprentice girl.
Yeah.
How to get their name.
I mean, cause
well, it was like they casted her, but the point of it is that she was.
It felt forced. It felt forced.
Evil. Yeah, she wasn't like. It didn't. It's like somebody I run up onto the street talking about they bad now, but like, dude, you like. Once again, you weigh 105, like, and then she tried to do like the little grimace and walk. It just didn't.
Yeah.
It just
like it was too forced of like, look, I'm the badass, and you know they have no experience, and it's just like I get it. I know they were trying to go for like the the high head, to think she's too good and get beat up type thing, but the way she played the character, it was just too obvious. It was very cliche, as they would say. Yeah.
So like
we like Sarah.
I'm like, yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't impressed on it. It was just. It was just a nice watch. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't well. You felt like you had cyanide, and it just like It just did. It was. I don't know. Going into it, especially with having, like I said, more or ladies on the show, I kind of expect like the fighting scenes to be a little bit slower. I kind of expected that.
Of course.
The plot of it, the flow of it was good. I mean, it made sense.
I got point.
But I do like there was those Ahsoka moments where she was badass that really they captured it. That's what I was trying to get for the young apprentice. You might be like, oh, they're supposed to be I know, but like Ahsoka was badass, like you said, when he threw his Jedi saber and came back, and she just did like a slight move. That's what you capture, like, oh, is that person that's badass. Like she said, when she did her blades and then she spent the circle and then went down in the ground. Like, dude, dude. She was on it. But then they messed up with her to me at the last fight with the other man, because they tried to make her she was mad, but I was like, no, she's
not that tight.
That's it, especially if you are, and this isn't like even so much for a male or female, but imagine a smaller man fighting a larger man. You have to focus on speed. It's not strength.
Yes.
Faster than this guy because he's like, if he hit me one time, I'm over. See, and that's what they fail to capture in some of these female versus male fighting scenes. They try to make the woman as if she's a man and she could just go ahead, and she could, but they did capture the end of she couldn't. Like when he would really start using force, she couldn't. And so they should have really focused on her, fighting side being fluid versus like Yoda when he was fighting in the Clone Wars, flipping around. He was doing, you're like, oh, dude, holy cow.
Yeah.
That's what I think they should have captured with the ladies when they had them fighting these scenes. That they should have focused on fluidness and they should have focused on
more slicker, like a fox type thing.
Yes, and I think it would have been better. But they had and I said Ahsoka Princess like. I don't know. She was kind of everywhere. I don't know. I still wasn't impressed because
we didn't know how to No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was like, at first they tried to make her strong. When you first saw it, it was like, oh, she was like I said, the kind of badass girl, and nobody can tell her what to do, and she can do it. And then she crying like the no power, can't do that. And you're like, wait, what? Then she insecure. Oh, I want to know about this, that, the guy that I saw it. I don't know if she said was a lover or the other guy was just nice too. They don't really go in the much. You don't really know the relationship, but she had it stuck. So I don't know. But it's still stop. I hate when they make the majority of these ladies, like I said, the strongest victim. At times they're strong, and then later time they're weak and they're victim. And it's like, listen here.
Yeah. Can you kick ass or no? Like, what are we doing here?
That's the perfect That's the perfect expression. It's almost like you're gonna kick ass or not. Like if you see her kicking ass and you got whooped, like, okay, I'm gonna get you next. But it goes into like, she don't want me. I don't know.
Yes, she do. No, she don't.
I'm not as good as him. I want to get the fight. If you that bad, I said, teach me, show me how to be a true Jedi.
That hunger.
I can't use the Force, but show me how to wield that saber better than anybody. And then that's the whole primitive they take away. But like, oh, I'm just so weak. Oh, why are you teaching? And I'm like Ahsoka, like when she got to whoop me in, she said, okay, stand up. Like
literally,
go through beat down. If you want to be the best, you're gonna be the Jedi. You're gonna fight against this other girl that just got through whooping your in. Well, then you better learn how to fight.
I get that they were trying to make her like this complex character, but it's one thing to be like the complex, like, oh, I'm the badass, but I feel things sometimes. I do care, like them animes and stuff, or like just like the shows where the dude is like, oh, he just tough guy, but like a little kid might come up and you're like, he do a little subtle stuff like that. That makes it complex, but like you can't have her like, oh, I'm a badass, but I can't fight and I cry every now and then, and I want her to accept me. But then not even trying to improve yourself to get accepted. So what are we doing? So she's just a crybaby. She's coming off as a crybaby versus complex, like y'all trying to make her be. So that was frustrating.
The other part was like the timeline. I mean, when I was watching it, like I said, with my brother, or when, like I said, Nae-Nae, when she was watching, you get mixed up in time. Like, wait, where we at? Because you get to wait. Now is this after the Clone Wars? Like, this after the other trashy Star Wars was like, where are we at in this timeline? Like. That really wouldn't explain like this is the new Republic. So I was like, what the hell? Like, where are we at?
Because didn't you tell me that they basically was killing off all the Jedis, right? Last time we left off.
In the Clone Wars, when they did executed the protocol, they was killing the Jedi, and the Jedi went into hide. That's how it originally started off with Yoda and Obi-Wan and Luke, because all the other Jedi were purple. Looked like they was dead.
Yeah.
But then she come in, I'm like, where does she fit? Like, is she supposed to be like years after Luke? Because then we see at the very end, you seen the Anakin. So but he was the young Anakin. So before Darth Vader, so it was like, is that just the form he took? And maybe this is after? So you get kind of like, wait, where are we in this timeline? So that's
because if you Google it, it says it's like 10, 15 years after everything, which doesn't make sense. So how is Anakin appearing still in his younger version before unless, like you said, they're trying to do like maybe like it's a mental thing type of meet her master type thing. But even then, it don't make sense that they're still alive when they were supposed to be, all of them supposed to be dead. And who was her parents? Because where did she come from? And why she's like the main character in this? Ahsoka, then we get it. You can come from another. Where did she come from? Because she's a wannabe Jedi, so she's still trying to get there. And clearly, they know about the Jedi's. So I have a lot.
But then she was like a Mandalorian. So
I think we're just supposed to roll with it. I think we're just supposed to roll with it.
I don't. I mean, but despite all of us looking, that deep into in terms of the timeline, overall, how do I feel about this bitch? It's only because my sweetheart on it. I love me some Rosario Dawson.
But I was about to say, if you don't relate it to the Star Wars film, like how would you look at it, like without relating it to like the timeline and everything?
I think I would put it after the first 6. I would not put it against the new BS they put out.
Yeah,
I would put it before that because it did. I love Ahsoka because, like I said, she still had that confidence. She was even in terms of when you seen her physique. You can tell from, like I said, some of the toneness of her arm that she actually worked out. You can tell.
They did. Yeah,
she actually worked out. So when I looked at kind of the last 3 trashy films they did on the Jedi, the last 3 end ones, just trash because you got this. I keep telling you, get these bucko file little woman on there trying to. That was just trash. But when you look at Ahsoka, she do give you that present that. Yeah, she look like she's somebody who can fight. You get it. Like, she look like she can fight. And so that's the kind of I say I would definitely put it behind the first 6, of the franchise, but definitely the other 3, they could just wipe them out and never be. Now, I would rather them have did Ahsoka, like Rebel 1 and all those. I really like those. I like Solo. I kind of really like those. But so with this one, I'm trying to see because this is ain't popcorn. It's like, did I feel I lost my hours? I think let's do it from that point. Since it was a Disney type thing, and we'll talk about Disney like on
right.
Yes. I would say it's definitely worth it. They did try to cater this to more of the feminine perspective. They really did. They had a lot of wonderful feminine characters on there. So and I would get them kudos. Yeah, it wasn't too strong. Even if it was the right level. They didn't, like say, abuse the archetype of the broomstick bandit. It was still really balanced. It was still really balanced with the feminine perspective. They did have a reality at the end, like, dude, this big man, you are not gonna whoop him in your way. And I'm quite sure at the end of the 4th episode we saw with Anakin, like maybe he'll teach her another way to defeat him. So that might be coming, which is good. That's the kind of we said we're doing just at the first 4 episodes.
Yeah, just from what we see.
And so I would say yes. I would say it did work, because we watched like all 4 episodes. Now, if it was like I didn't have to hit the fast forward button, so that's another good thing. I didn't have to hit the fast forward to get around. I didn't feel like they had to. Somebody wrote it where I had to like endure trying to relate to this character, the connection. None of that was there.
I feel like everybody got kind of pure screen time. It wasn't like just focus on just Ahsoka. I liked it that they did try to explore different characters. Like, okay, she got a son, and she dealing with her issues. Like, I liked that they kind of gave everybody a chance. So like you said,
I would say I say it's worth having that good Orville Redenbacher. I don't know, extra butter. No, don't put no extra butter on the Orville Redenbacher. Just eat it like it is. Like put a little bit of that cheese powder on there, maybe a little bit. It didn't feel cyanide. It didn't seem like they had any type of narrative they were trying to push that make you like, oh, it was good, but then they every now and time interjected with this strong type of broomstick bandit in there. So just something. It was still really natural. It was still to me most really natural that you can be like, oh, okay, it is what it is. So I'll say
follow along type of movie. Like, okay, so we're getting here to there. It didn't feel like you said. It didn't feel forced. Didn't feel like some agenda was trying to get pushed on anybody. It just felt like these are who they are. This is what they come with. But like I said, they shouldn't have to like force them to like be so much of their character. You know what I mean? But yeah, overall, like you said, it's good enough for some nacho powder, a little something to sit back. The graphics were lit. I give them that. That was pretty cool. Like the space.
I agree.
Yeah, they did great. But yeah, they did great with the graphics, and I liked it. Like you said, the interaction with Ahsoka and the robots. That was fun. The robot was the star of the show, by the way.
Yeah, I think they just had to find some way to make the apprentice more malevolent. I mean, I understand they want her to come off kind of like as a Sith. Because when you see like the first Sith, like I always call them Darth Sidious, but the one with the double blades, just no, Darth Maul. I think that was in it. But just the makeup, the face was like evil.
Yeah.
Like you could look at that guy the way he just was looking at him before he was killing him, especially when the fourth fear had came out, he was just standing there looking.
Oh yeah.
Evil, like, dude, this guy is evil. And so I think they tried to make it where she'll try to, hunch her shoulder and try to walk around. But she doesn't exude the evilness, like she just like nasty.
Yeah, she just looked angry versus like, she just looked angry versus like, like I just don't like any of you. Like that type of vibe, like, like I would kill you. It's fine, but it was like, ooh, I got beaten in the past, so I'm finna like take it out. Like, no, like just have her just purely, I'm trying to please my master or something. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Her master.
It seemed like she was with an apprentice that was really just the apprentice. But I don't know. It's just something about the character just missing. I mean, I was thinking like, man, give her a few scars on her face or something, like something that really like, like tale of her, like of her rough life. Like anybody I see that's a comment said makes me also think to take away like, are they really like evil? Like you said, from the dark side, they didn't appear to the dark side. It just seemed like they was Jedi that was like mercenaries who just took on a
try to make it.
So that's why maybe there's not so much as evilness in there, but it's still just like, I don't know, but it's still, she's tried to still come off as if she was like evil or hate, it just didn't. That's the only character I didn't. I like the rest was pretty good. I think the rest was good, except for the stupid part they wrote in there when the general took her son out on a mission. That didn't make any sense. Like that didn't. Your son is like maybe 10. Like, why you got your son? You know you're gonna go to potential war, and you tell him to get on the cruiser with you. Like, no, that didn't.
Right? I was just like, why would you? Like, you're okay.
We're about to go to war. Probably more than potential that we could die, but I'm gonna tell my son, my young son, not like if he was a teenager or something, just my young son that like he might be 8 or 9 and say, oh yeah, taking him with me. Like, no, you're gonna stay here on the base because I can't. So that was one of the part, and right now I was like, that didn't make any sense. Like, come on, y'all.
They had to come up with some reason to some people. And like you said, last thing, I'm gonna leave it alone. She gave away that orb so easily that irritated my soul, because you're supposed to be this badass, you're supposed to, I'm loyal to my people and then believe my friend. Okay, what? That's all it took.
You're gonna hold a gun on.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. He said Ahsoka would have did it.
I think this is your this guy supposedly, to your mind, just killed your master. Like, just killed your master.
I'm still gonna negotiate, even though he killed the one person that like it taught me everything I know. She just, I don't get where her character is going, but we're gonna see.
That's it. See exactly. Yeah. Just stay tuned for the next episode. We'll stop there. Like I said, it is good because we're seeing a lot of things. I'm loving it, but so hopefully the next 5 or however many more episodes they have, like, close up some of those gaps and give us more guidance or give more direction to, like, say, the apprentice or something. But right now at the end, they left you with a sour taste. Like, well, you trying to be a Jedi and you doing it. I see why Ahsoka didn't want you to.
I mean, we got Anakin popping up, so I might have to watch a couple of episodes. Just a few. But yeah.
All right, y'all. That is all we have. It's worked your I say 2 hours, but I think we 4 episodes. So we was like 4 hours. I think it was like an hour a piece or 45 minutes or something.
Yeah.
It's worth you sitting down if you just, like I said, Jedi lover, want to see like a little bit of action, and you just like, oh, okay, let's go on a new journey and see how it happens. So it's just
an escape. Just want to go escape from the world and just like go into your own. Yeah, like you said, it's a good little feel good.
All right. So like you said, definitely, like you said, like, subscribe, share us. Like you said, we kicking off, we starting off, but definitely, like you said, help us. We appreciate all of you, your movie connoisseurs, coming in, listening to us, taking the time. So until next time, my movie connoisseurs, keep the
and don't forget to comment. Don't forget to comment, because we love conversation. That's all this is. This channel is open for conversation. Give us your input.
So keep that popcorn coming. Until next time, we'll catch you later.